To the girl, he was nothing more than an adorable dog. To the dog, it was simply another outing on a leash. Few would have guessed that he had once been a shogun. After losing a decisive war, he came to a painful realization. He had never been truly happy. With his final breath, he wished for a peaceful life, to be reborn as a dog who knew only happiness. Heaven answered. Without resistance or struggle, he was reborn as a fluffy Shiba Inu. Instead of joy, shame filled him. Even as a dog, he believed he should have been majestic. A tall, powerful breed worthy of a former ruler. At that moment, his owner returned home. Driven by instinct, he leapt toward her. To his confusion, he liked her. This natural affection disturbed him deeply. The girl assumed he was restless and took him outside. At the park, his cuteness drew instant attention. No matter how fiercely he tried to glare, the result was only one admiration. He scoffed at the smaller dogs around him, but his owner watched him with hopeful eyes. Unable to disappoint her, he barked weakly. Certain none of the others could understand him, he began digging holes to kill time. That was when a Pomeranian approached and spoke. It called him by his former name. The truth became clear. This dog had once been his enemy, and several others nearby had also been shoguns in their past lives. Yet now, as dogs, their grudges had faded. To the humans, it was merely a group of pets becoming friends. What tormented him most in this new life was watching historical dramas. They replayed his betrayal and death endlessly. Slain by his own subordinate, he vented his anger to his companions. One dismissed it as fiction. Another asked if he still harbored hatred. Without hesitation, he answered that he would kill the traitor again. A friend reminded him that he himself had killed many in war. People who now lived without resentment. He replied that defeat meant the past should be buried. Yet the mention of that subordinate always reignited his fury. Then the air shifted. A man appeared, his face identical to the traitor from his former life. The man climbed over the fence. The dog bolted, but it was too late. Strong arms caught him. Instead of violence, praise followed. The man gushed over how cute he was. Apparently, Shiba Inus were his favorite. The dogs exchanged looks. Perhaps, they reasoned, the killing in his past life had been driven by love. The dog questioned it. If you love someone, why kill them? The answer formed silently among them, dark and terrifying. No matter how he struggled, he could not escape the man's grip. What frightened him more was watching his owner grow fond of the stranger. At sunset, the man offered to walk her home and suggested they meet again. She blushed in response. Yet throughout it all, the man's eyes never left the dog.
You would never imagine that these legendary ancient generals had all been reincarnated as dogs, and that the thing they feared most now was not war, but injections, the sharp needle, the terrifying doctor. All of it felt far more horrifying than any battlefield they had ever faced. That day, the dogs sensed something was wrong. Their owners wore thick gloves, and the walk was much longer than usual. Then their close friend awkwardly broke the news. Today was injection day. The words struck like lightning. The dogs immediately tried to run, but the rope of fate held them firmly in place. Only then did they realize the purpose of the thick gloves. The two dogs struggled desperately. Suddenly, a face filled with pain appeared before them. It was the Pomeranian who had just received his shot. Seeing his expression only deepened their fear. Even the owners looked helpless. Just then, a corgi walked over. In this terrifying place, he was still smiling, laughing, and cheerfully talking about meeting a white dog. The two dogs were stunned. "Aren't you afraid of injections?" they asked. The corgi replied that while he was busy greeting his friends, the doctor had already given him the shot, and it didn't hurt at all. Encouraged by the corgi's happiness, the two dogs finally found their courage. One went first, urging the other to be brave. The second dog also decided to accept his fate, though he still screamed the moment the needle went in. In the end, the dog made a solemn vow. No matter what, he would escape the injection next year.
The bald old man was reborn as a cat. To quickly adapt to his new body, he had an idea and started doing some cat exercises. Just as he was enjoying his light and agile body, he was shocked to find that his strict boss had arrived. The cat was trembling in fear, but to his surprise, the boss loved cats. The cat was stunned and quickly stood on 2 feet to escape. Next to a car, he finally saw his reflection. At first, he was worried about what to do next, but soon he decided to live life well. However, his stomach growled. Just then, a young man passed by and immediately fed him a meat bun. The cat secretly thanked him. After eating, the cat felt that the human way of sitting was tiring for his new body. He remembered how cats sit and tried it. Sure enough, it was much easier. But then, snowflakes began to fall from the sky, and the cat realized he needed to find a home. At that moment, a wild cat invited him to hide under a car and even shared a big meal with him. The cat was stunned by the mouse, quickly refusing the wild cat's offer, but the wild cat still excitedly invited him to eat. Just then, the boss arrived again. The wild cat ran away in fear, and the cat was very grateful to the boss. Facing the cat food that the boss bought, the cat gathered his courage to try it and found it delicious. The boss then decided to take him home. On the way home, the cat unconsciously fell asleep. When he woke up, he was in the boss's house, and the boss had put a collar on him. The cute cat completely captured the boss's heart. But even though he had turned into a cat, the cat still regretted not being able to go to work when he saw the clock strike 7. Bored, he yawned and began watching TV at home. As he got absorbed in watching, the boss suddenly came home from work, and the cat was startled. The boss discovered that the cat had turned on the TV by himself. The cat thought he was about to be exposed, but to his surprise, the boss thought of him as a genius. The cat realized he should behave like a cat, so he decided to use the computer to research cat habits. The boss thought he was doing the happiest thing by sitting on his computer. But when the cat left, he decided to search when the boss wasn't home. The boss sulked. When the boss was about to take a shower, the cat remembered that cats lick themselves clean, so he washed his face first. Suddenly, the boss's voice came from the bathroom. The cat curiously went to listen and was surprised to hear the boss singing an original song for him. That night, the cat opened his eyes, ready to use the computer. But to his surprise, the boss was observing the cat's cute movements. Just as the cat was about to act, he was picked up by the boss and couldn't move at all. The serious boss had recently started to show a smile. Even the subordinates said it was unbelievable. They all thought the boss had found a lover because he often stared at his phone in a daze. In fact, the boss had just adopted a cat, but he did not know that the cat was actually a bald middle-aged man who had been reincarnated. After work, the boss felt extremely sad because he was going on a business trip and would not see the cat for a long time. The cat felt happy because he could finally explore the house without being disturbed. However, the boss asked his secretary to take care of the cat. Luckily, the secretary brought a cat teaser toy. With just a few moves, she won the cat's heart. When she stopped playing, the cat even felt a little reluctant. After dinner, the secretary left. The cat could finally do what he had always wanted, watch a horror movie late at night. Even though he got scared, he enjoyed it. The next day, the cat continued his exploration. When he got tired, he watched television. He learned that when a cat opened its mouth wide, it was called the pheromone response. It helped the cat smell more clearly. The cat set his eyes on the boss's leather shoes. The smell made the cat feel both stinky and fragrant. But the boss missed the cat so much that he returned early. When he saw the cat at the door, he thought the cat had come to welcome him. The boss was deeply moved.